Hey y'all, this is Moni.
And this is Kat.
Hey Kat. And this is the Fake Ass Book Club. Wait, can we both say it or no?
Welcome back, you guys. It's your girl, Moni.
And this is Kat.
Hey, Kat.
Hey, Moni.
What's up, friend?
Just dripping in all this finesse.
I see.
Oh, thanks.
Very drippy. Got the shoulders out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Out here in the streets.
It's hot.
It is. I wasn't prepared.
Oh, yes, you are. You intuitively were prepared. You don't have on a ski suit.
I don't, but I'm saying, like, when I left the house, I wouldn't have been leaving my house today if we didn't have to podcast. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't until I looked out the window like, oh, yo, it's sunny as hell out.
Yeah.
I guess I have to put on, clothes that reflect that.
But hot. It's like 91 the last time I checked.
Man, I'm soaking it all in. It's September, and if you live in the Midwest, you know this. It could go down at any time. So I'm soaking it all up. So you guys, welcome back. Okay, this isn't a weather podcast. This is the Fake Ass Book Club, and in true fake fashion, you guys, we are having a fake ass episode. So, no book this week. So, but you guys are really in for a fun episode because we get to just kind of be off the dome and talk about some pop culture stuff happening, what's in the news, and whatever else is on our minds. So
we just wouldn't want to leave you without a dope podcast to step to.
It's
Wednesday. We wouldn't leave you. We love you.
So true, friend. So without further ado, you guys, we are going to move into our dedication. So hands over your hearts. It is with no... I don't even know what I was going to say.
Show them your screen. It's pretty great.
It's blank. So fake. It just says dedication and nothing.
If we could have like production, so you could. I'm not gonna do it when I'm editing. I'm too tired. But if I could just show you the blinking cursor and dedication colon.
Like, why is this open?
Blank.
This is mostly just to cover my my roll in the front, but. So I'm gonna start that again. Roll? Yes, that's my paniculus is what it's actually called. But anyway, you guys, I want to dedicate this to our patrons as always. You guys are the real MVPs. We appreciate your continued support. And if you guys are not patrons, look into our Patreon because we have some bonus content on there for you guys if you're interested. And it's a really great way to support the show. So if you are looking for more fab, it's right over there on Patreon.
Sure is. All this fab is waiting for you.
It is, my darlings.
My baby.
You damn right. And I wanted to dedicate this to, honestly, I guess just the last little, I do this a lot, I feel like, but I love the sunshine. I mean, I'm going to be lamenting the fact that it's like gloomy and overcast for the next 4 months. Yeah, man. I'll be a White Walker. This little bit of golden brown that I have will waste away. And I will be back to looking like a can of chicken, not even chicken noodle soup, but more cream of mushrooms.
Think of something more flattering that's...
No, I need it to be accurate. What about you, friend?
She'll be a smooth alabaster.
What about you, friend?
Yes, and accept the disparaging comments about yourself. I'm going to dedicate this episode to the Heart of Brunch podcast for having us on last week. If you get a chance, go check us out. If you like us, you'll love that podcast. They made a beautiful Star Trek themed brunch for Star Trek Day. Did cosplay. The food was delicious. It was just so fun.
Super duper fun.
It was super duper fun. So yeah, I want to shout them out because that's a lot of work.
Man,
I don't do that for our podcast. I'll tell you what.
Not with the blinking cursor. It's just dedication. ... Okay. So
no, we didn't bring snacks today. We didn't bring nothing. We brought water
ourselves.
I didn't even bring water. I'm using the water that's here.
Yeah.
Listen,
dedication over.
Dedication
right?
over. Oh, but just a little petite dedication to Megan Thee Stallion for hosting the VMAs MTV. That was really great. Did you see any of it?
No. It was good.
Would you believe she looked incredible?
Yeah, that's part of her job.
Yeah,
she
a
does that well.
lot of different looks.
Okay.
Glorilla performed.
Very nice.
So did some other people. I didn't really pay attention to that.
Okay. Well, I'm sure it was fab. I'm sure it's I'm gonna see clips on YouTube and stuff like that as I'm going through. So that's super fun. What else? Well, actually, so guys, the fake ass episode. So What do you want to get into this week,
Oh,
friend? What's going on? What's on your mind?
You know what's on my mind?
No.
So last night, I was living it up. Friday night, 7 p.m. Friday, 95 degrees in
Here she go. Here she go.
And I was, folding some laundry. And I'm like, let me put something on. I can just watch while I'm folding laundry. A little some mindless something. Second season of, the second part of season 4 of Emily in Paris dropped.
Oh, that's right. I never
Why
look
are
at
you
my
looking
wrist.
at your bracelet? Did your bracelet tell you?
I usually have it on this side, but they clink. Sorry. Laundry creatures of habit. I'm like, Emily in Paris, it's my beautiful bracelet. Like, it starts to activate. It starts to pulse when fashion forward
Like
stuff
Emily
comes out.
shows up in a hologram like Princess Leia.
Oh my God.
She's like, help me, Moni. You're my only
It's
hope.
like, there's no help for you.
I'm a moron.
There's no help for you, but I'm going to come watch you fail.
Listen, she got up on a little game.
Did she?
In part 2.
Are they evolving her character? Is she growing and learning?
Kinda.
Okay. It's slow. Learning can be slow.
They give you enough to tease you that she might, and then
Okay. All right. It wouldn't
it's
be
still
the show
Emily
if she
in
wasn't
Paris.
stupid.
Like, it stayed true to form.
Okay, nice.
But I will give this spoiler. This is mostly Emily in Rome.
And I knew that already.
Okay, cool.
Because
I feel like that
saw
was
some
in
of
the
that
stuff or whatever. So
it was.
yeah, but there was a lot to yell and groan about.
Wait, so all 5 episodes?
Yeah.
Oh, look at me. I got something to look
You
forward
do.
to watching now.
You do. And for me, it was a surprise. I just put on Netflix and they was like, here you go, bitch. I was like, you already knew. Because it was cute. It was ready to go.
Now here you go, bitch. Not, excuse me, would you like to watch? It was like, no, just, okay.
That was the energy. I felt like,
Yeah.
obviously Netflix didn't say that to me, but I
That
feel like
is
that's
funny.
the energy a lot of times by what they suggest to me. They're like, we already know.
I'm not mad
We know
about
you.
it. Ooh, that's fun. I didn't know about that. Okay, so that'll
So
be
yeah,
fun.
that was my Friday night.
Okay.
Oh, and also second dedication. I'm not putting in music.
So subvert your expectations right there. Damn
This
it.
is just a PSSS for the
For the-
PPS or
Right,
whatever
right.
postscript for the dedication to Fishers High School for defeating Hamilton Southeastern in the Mud Sock, which is their annual like rivalry, sort of like the IU and Purdue Old Oaken Bucket.
I still hate it.
Okay.
We talked yesterday just briefly, and you had to explain to me what the mud sock was, and
I
it was so
did.
stupid. I still hate it. It's like, it's so fucking country. I hate it. I hate it. I don't want to be associated with it just based on the name because it's stupid.
It's just interesting to me how wholesome it is now, given its roots.
Tell them the roots, because the story was, I was like, what?
I wanted to research it more before I really talked about it.
Okay,
but,
well, just
but,
do it.
but I'll just do a general thing because don't
Yeah.
nobody really care
Who
about
gives a
details.
damn? Yeah.
It's named after a days-long brawl back in the area like that's Fishers and Hamilton Southeastern now. Before it was really incorporated territory. Some fight broke out in a bar and just instigated a lot of white-on-white violence, and they were just fighting for it. You like that? I feel like we should use it more.
I
It
want to
happens.
hear that more. I ain't lying.
It's
That
not
actually
like they
makes-
don't
it's
do
like,
that.
Yeah.
They invented guns.
Oh, man.
So they were, fighting in the mud for
Oh, I
days.
found
Actually, it
it.
was a little sad. I wasn't making it up this time. And then I guess it's just called a mud sock because their socks got muddy. But just over time, it just became shorthand for a big fight.
Okay.
And then since this is a rivalry between these two big schools, that's what they call their big football competition. And
Okay. Well,
yeah.
this isn't like.
So now this is what we talk to the children about, but they don't. It comes from some very
okay.
yeah. That's the mud sock. So good for them for winning. They get bragging rights, and it was a close game too. I think 35-37 or something like that. So I was like, ooh, it must have been a good game. I didn't go, but
So the children get to, and I'm sure, the parents get to be at
oh yeah, I
whatever
think it's
event.
a family thing.
Okay.
Most people do it as a family thing. Unfortunately, I'm just not built that way.
to do family things. That's how that sounded to
It
me.
did. I am built for family
Okay,
teams.
that's good to know.
But I'm not built for sports things.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on.
It is.
Yeah, it can be fun. I remember enjoying stuff like that when I was, in high school, like going to the games and stuff. But again, it wasn't about watching the games. It was gallivanting.
And I like going after halftime so you don't have to pay.
Ooh, I didn't have that hack.
Oh, yeah. Pro move.
But usually, I feel like we always made it in there without paying somehow.
And maybe since you were students, I think a lot of times with student stuff, you can show your ID and you can get in for free. And then it's just a way to keep out riffraff.
Yeah.
But because this is such a well-attended event, they have to sell tickets just to keep it from being overrun. So that can be like it's sold out.
Yeah, I can see that. And
Which also, it does.
And you know what I remember the most about going to like football games from high school? Were the older men, the predatory older men looking for high school girls. Do you remember that?
Delightful. Friend? No, I wasn't that kind of bait back then.
Okay, but did
and
you
I
ever
really
see
wasn't
them
going
there?
either.
Oh, okay.
Because usually, if I was going to do a football game, I was cheerleading.
Oh yeah, you were busy.
Yeah, I was doing a thing.
That was too much
went
work.
to like 1 or 2 games when I wasn't cheerleading.
Oh yeah, that was too much
I was just
work.
trying to pad my college
resume. And
yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
application.
I didn't have any goals myself. But yeah, and I thought about being in cheerleading because I was in gymnastics for a while and stuff like that. But I liked more the dance aspect. It was a little
that
stiff.
was the funnest part.
And they had to do. I know at the high school I went to, they actually did go into tumbling. Like I remember my best friend at my high school, she ended up learning how because she never knew how. Yeah,
we had tumblers, but I wasn't one of them.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen you do a backflip though.
I can't even do a cartwheel. I can do the splits though.
You never could do the cartwheel?
No, I do a round off, but yeah, them girls doing round off back handsprings, aerials.
I'm sorry, I'm picturing you do a cartwheel right now. A terrible cartwheel. I want to see you try to do it. Not right now, but like, can you just show me?
Nope.
No,
I can't show me a round. That was like I was 17.
Can you do a round off now?
No.
What? Oh my God! I would assume you could.
Seriously scared of like injuring my wrist, and I need it for work. Like putting all my body weight on my wrist. What are you trying to do? I thought you were my friend.
But it would be funny. Not you entering your wrist per se. My God.
No.
But seeing you do a cartwheel. Damn it. Okay, fine.
I barely got me on that bike.
Oh, don't even bring that up. That was crazy. Okay, all right. So moving along.
Yeah, moving on.
Okay, thank you for the history lesson.
You're welcome.
You're
welcome, everyone.
Still don't like the name of that. That was stupid. But yeah, what else was going on that you wanted to talk to me about? I feel like
the debate.
Yeah, you mentioned the
debaters. Wow, did you guys see it? I didn't want to watch it. My daughter made me watch it, and I'm glad she did. She was right. You should listen to your children sometimes.
Yeah, when it doesn't involve Chick-fil-A. So what were your takeaways? Like, what did you think from what you caught? Did you see the whole thing?
No, we were coming back from a sporting event.
Imagine that. Okay.
So, no, we didn't catch the whole thing. And I was also cooking because, oppression.
People want to eat.
They want to eat every day.
Annoying.
So, but every once in a while, I'd have to stop and walk in there because I was like, oh, I got to see the faces
there
on
mixing
this
like guffawing.
I think what probably stood out the most was they're eating cats, they're eating dogs. Do you think he really believes that? Do you think he believes anything?
That is a really good question.
Thank you. I'm full of them.
Do I think he really believes that? Because I hadn't really considered that. Because I just assumed that no. I guess no when I'm really thinking about it. I don't think that he actually believes it. I think that he knows. It's kind of like, what was that? Niggas in Paris. And when he's like, what does that mean? It's like, I don't know. It just gets the people going.
Oh, from Cowbell.
Yes. Yeah. You know what I mean? It just gets the people going. And I'm not going to recommend that you, because I know Tired You. I know you don't have to add this, but you could add this if you're feeling the little part I'm talking about in the song for those who may not know.
Gets the people going.
Yeah.
People know what it is. It's Cowbell from SNL. That's the famous thing. They don't need me to show them.
Sure.
It's Will Ferrell doing Cowbell.
But yeah, so
it's provocative. Gets the people going.
Man,
no, it's not.
No, it's not.
And he's big, and then he's like, you see that belly? He's like got that little
He's
shirt.
so silly. I hate
Love that. And everyone's breaking. Yeah. Oh, that was such a great sketch. I think Kanye really likes Will Ferrell because he references Step Brothers in one of his songs too.
Yeah.
It's like, you want to go in the get in the garage and do some karate?
I don't remember that. What song
it was
that
in dropped out of school. Now I'm done rich. Oh, Pop Style. It wasn't his song. He was just on that song. And he was like, take it to the garage and do some karate. Chop it, chop it, chop it, chop it. Sip the sake. Throw a thick bitch on a Kawasaki.
Yeah. I like it. There you have
it.
Oh,
but no, but for some real songs though, this was amazing. I was gonna send you this, but I wanted to see your face.
What the hell?
With the cheese in your cake, we put the spring in Springfield.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs.
Whoever made that, bravo. I'm so glad. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating them in Springfield. And they're not, though.
I don't think that he actually thinks that they do, and I think that makes it even. Well, no, if he believed it, that'd be worse.
I know.
I actually don't know what's worse. I don't know what's worse.
I think the worst thing is that he said it.
He shouldn't have said that.
Shouldn't have said it. And like I said, like Haitians don't deserve that.
They really don't. And
there
would
was
be
another
offended.
meme. I don't think I saved it, but they showed like Cher when she was giving her speech in Clueless, and it's like if we can just get into the kitchen, rearrange a few things, we could totally party with the Haitians.
Haitian.
She was doing her speech, but it's like they were just saying like, yeah, there's one white woman who wasn't duped by Trump,
and it was Elle. Wow. And I would have thought she fell for it.
Elle Horowitz. Hey, this is Kat breaking in because, yeah, it wasn't Elle Horowitz. We weren't even drinking. Cher. It was obviously Cher Horowitz from Clueless. I'm just wrong sometimes.
Yeah. She definitely subverted
No,
my
but Elle was pretty woke.
Yeah, she was. I liked her.
Also, everyone who doesn't like being woke, go to sleep, ho.
Ooh, hot take. For real, just stay asleep. It's fine because that's where you are anyway. But that was really fucked up, and I think I like that they fact checked him instantly, and he's like, "Oh, well, that's what I saw on TV." Like, if that's all it took to make something true, I wish that was all. That
and also, that sounds like Grandpa. That's like when you want to take Grandpa's phone away. It's like, Grandpa, everything you see on Facebook isn't true, and you're not even allowed on Facebook anymore.
Didn't we tell you?
Yeah, like you ain't even like, because I think he started his own social media thing called Truth Social.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a thing.
Platform,
and no one's really on that.
Well, the name I can't confirm, but he did something that sounds right.
Okay, so he's in sort of this echo chamber of like crazy, and then his little vice president pick is also.
They're nuts, man.
They're weird,
and he doubled down on it too, which was really crazy. But then I saw something just today that was saying that the lady, the actual person who put that post on Facebook, was like, you know what? That may not have been truthful because when I passed that along, I did zero research. So
what?
Sorry. It's like,
what?
Girl,
that's a crazy thing to post.
Girl,
like
let me see if I can find it.
And that's just so rude. You know
what
I mean?
Rude to a whole group of people and harmful.
Yeah, like that's
And what's nuts is that, Haitian immigrants in general too are some of the hardest working people that come here. Like they're going in and doing the jobs nobody wants to do, and they're doing them better than a lot of the people who are here who don't even want the jobs. They tend to be less irritating because they don't want no smoke. They're here trying to do their thing. So it's like, imagine minding your own business. And you could very
easily be an immigrant one day. You think like nothing could ever happen where you're not a climate refugee and you might end up being somewhere else. You could very well find yourself in a foreign land one day. And what would and remember, Jesus said that how you treat the foreigner and that's how you treat the refugee. That's how you treat me.
No, they don't be listening to that.
No, that was like that's broke Jesus. That. They like get money Jesus.
Not get money Jesus. Right? He got his own chain.
Yeah.
Dang, man. Let me see if I can find the Springfield. But yeah, it was really.
But there was lots of other stuff. That was just one of the standouts. I suggest I'll try to send you the link. People listen to Trevor Noah's breakdown on his podcast, What Now? He brought on some very, very interesting perspectives, especially from people who don't live in this country. So there was a British Nigerian woman who had some takes that I had never considered and I thought were very insightful. The fact that one of the reasons why he's having trouble kind of taking her, like she's sort of his kryptonite. Because he's usually been able to, he's done a good job going after Joe Biden. Like everyone he's gone after, he does a really good job calling him Sleepy Joe. Yeah. He hasn't really been able to come up with a meme nickname for her that sticks. Also, I think Kamala being black, she pointed out too, every black person's been roasted before, so it's not going to be particularly hurtful if you come up with another name. I think I told you before, like I've had cousins who come up with award-winning songs about how terrible I look.
Honestly, when you just said that, I instantly started blocking out everything you were saying because ADHD, and I was like, yo, a presidential roast? would fucking be hilarious. Like instead of them debating, they just like roast the shit out of each other.
That'll get more
Oh my
views.
God, SNL, do that. Go ahead and do that. Let's just make it in like
make it
needs to be a roast because he would be the easiest person. There's so much material.
There is
so much material, and I feel like his would be so stupid and repetitive that it's like this is boo tomato get him out of here, get him out of here.
Yes,
his feelings would actually be hurt.
I think his feelings were hurt in the debate. I think that's why Kamala has this. You know what it really tapped into for me?
Do tell.
The power of beauty.
Ooh.
Beauty is a very, very interesting phenomenon because it's almost very hard to define because it is subjective, but sometimes we all agree as a society this person's beautiful. And, you know, as an artist, I've studied what makes things beautiful, and it's of course
not Donald Trump.
There's a science to it. Yes. Well, a lot of it comes from, you know, a lot of things are just evolved from our need to reproduce. Like so many of the things about human beings are just very much tied to our evolution as a species. And so being able to, beauty usually signals health. So if someone has like clean, straight teeth, you're like, okay, because people back in the day before dental care, people died from, rotted tooth. Yeah. Like the infections that go to your brain. Like that was a real problem. So people like put a premium on that because they're not just thinking like, oh, it looks good. You're going to live a long time to help raise the kids. Yeah. And so that we have successful reproduction. So there's this thing in our core as human beings where we highly prize beauty and almost maybe too much because we get things like the halo effect where we give more positive attributes to attractive people and maybe don't want to listen to like scientists we don't consider hot. That was like a joke in Futurama, like the hot scientists. Like it was just this super buxomy blonde with a lab coat on. And because in movies, the scientists are super hot. So in real life, when the scientists look like how scientists look, people are like, well, I don't want to listen to you. Where's Brad Pitt?
Yeah, you hate to see it, man. It's like, not this guy.
So that's one of the things I took from the debate.
Yeah, I mean, I think that beauty is a compelling attribute. And then I think, maybe it is disarming to him because he's not looking at her like...
It's not like when he debated Hillary. And I'm like, no shade to Hillary, but he obviously didn't find her attractive.
Yeah, he didn't want to hunch on her.
So. And so Donald Trump is a person who only seems to value like money and hotness. So, and especially in women, even when he talks about his daughter and stuff in that really creepy way.
Yeah, he's just creepy. But I think, overall to me, my takeaway was that, Kamala is good at her job. Like, I think that it was weird when people were like, they were surprised by how well she debated, or even the fact that, she had an earpiece in and she got the information before. It's like, have y'all seen her resume? Like, she's the actual vice president right now. So, like, if you think that she hasn't ever had to, like, get in front of people and make compelling arguments in front of, like, this is what she does.
She's a
like,
prosecutor. She's a lawyer.
I'm just saying. So, to me, it was
she passed law school. I'd like to see Donald Trump pass the bar.
Law school is hard.
It's hard.
I've never even done it. I know it's hard. I know people who have. And anyway, it's just so that was kind of weird for me to hear the narrative like, oh, yeah, she.
And you know what Trevor pointed out? Even if she was doing that, like, that's amazing.
It's a super good skill.
He's like, if you've ever done any kind of production work and have someone in your ear talking to you and you're able to talk and like interact with everybody else, he's like, you're a superhero. Like, that's actually like that's
both things are actually
that's more impressive almost. So like, even though you're trying to denigrate her for that, that'd still be pretty impressive. But she also didn't need that.
No, I don't think she did either. He was light work. But also too, I will say if I had to be, on the other side of just like Kamala, it was like, she was asking questions that she was dodgy about, which also isn't surprising because she is a politician. So when they started talking about Israel, obviously, and then there were 3 positions that she changed, I guess, her
they
opinion.
fact checked on New York Times,
and it was like, she didn't give real direct answers there. So, but even with all of that, I'm like, obviously, I think Kamala did a much better job because she's better at her job. I'm glad I saw it. I just so happened to turn it on right at the time that it was coming on, and I was like, you know what, I thought I was going to fall asleep, though, and I didn't. I actually stayed up for most of it,
I didn't want to watch it. I just figured I'd see the highlights the next day, but my daughter really wanted to watch it. So,
It's amazing to me how quickly social media starts posting stuff.
Oh, before it was even over.
I'm like,
because I was online, I was like, oh, here come the memes.
I mean, for real, that is impressive.
I'm sorry, I cannot put. There's so many good points on that daggone Trevor Noah show, but they were just talking about how she did better than Hillary Clinton because Hillary Clinton tends to be so robotic and not expressive, where Kamala was reacting in real time to the stuff he was saying.
She almost called him a motherfucker, I thought.
Well, they were saying she was using pauses so you could fill it in.
That was so compelling.
Yes,
because I said it for her. I was like, motherfucker.
Yes.
And then he, and then
I think Kamala knew that.
So wise.
She's a very good communicator.
Yeah, she does.
Man,
she does well.
you know what I actually would like to see?
What's that?
I would like to see something Kamala and Michelle Obama disagree about and see them debate. Because that would actually be a fair fight. You know what I mean? This felt a little like, auntie beating up grandpa. But like, if you had like
grandpa
two of your,
needed his ass whooped though.
We needed to get the keys out of his hand. Like,
sit your
grandpa,
ass
you
down.
can't drive anymore.
You're dangerous.
Yes, to everybody, to yourself and others. But like, if you're too smart as aunties, we're like, let's just see who's.
See, I hate that because I feel like, why does it have to be that?
No, I don't want them to
see
like,
who's what though.
I just want to, I just like a good competition, just like the Mud Sock. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Let's see or the Super Bowl. Let's see the two best teams go at it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd just be fascinating. Like the Olympics. It's like, let's see the best of the best.
I guess I would like to see them not on opposing sides though. Like I would like to see them.
I want to see them at their best though. You're at your best when you're in competition.
Or are you at your best also when you're collaborating with people?
No, when you're fighting for your
like-minded?
life. You're at your best when you're fighting.
That's not true.
Yep.
I disagree.
Okay, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I'm a little
There's
toxic.
nothing wrong with that. I mean, sure, it would be compelling, but I'd like to see them working together to solve our world's problems.
Sure.
That's what I need them for right
I
now.
think what frustrates her about young people, because I was talking to my son about politics before the debate, is that she's really not all that progressive.
No.
She's actually might be more conservative than Donald Trump. Like, she's more of a centrist than a progressive. We don't really have a progressive party in our country, for real.
They won't allow it.
Yeah, so I think that's why a lot of young people are frustrated with the political system, but you have to get involved. That's the only way it works. And it takes a while. But we got rid of slavery. We remember that time we did that. Remember?
Barely.
Remember, it counted. Because we're not, as Miss Pat would say, if it wasn't for that, I'd be sucking some white man's dick against my will. Yeah. That was the reality. Those were the stakes. Okay? So when people were like, well, we might as well still be slaves. It was worse. Like, we're not all the way there.
Who is saying we might as well?
Oh, you don't hear people say,
No.
There are all kinds of different opinions about where we are as black people in the nation. I feel like we've made some gains and we have a long way to go. That's how I feel about it. But acting like we haven't made gains is, for
It's disrespectful.
Very disrespectful. And it also just kind of shows how comfortable you are with those gains because you don't think about them. Like, you just feel entitled to them. I have a lot of imagination. I don't think for 1 second this couldn't all go away tomorrow. Ask the women of Iran.
Ooh-wee. I know. If you've seen some pictures of them from the 70s and look now, like, oof.
They're down bad.
Yeah. Shout out to our sisters over there, man. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, but overall that it was, it was better than I thought. It was more entertaining than I thought. And it was nice seeing Donald Trump all flustered and orange. He's so stupid. Ugh. Gross.
It is really, I like the fact that she's like, it's really a tragedy that this man has gotten so far.
He was being roasted. I just want to see that in its
pure form.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that's
without the pretense of a debate.
Yeah,
just been
this
like,
is satire.
let me,
like, we're going
let
hard.
me light this dude up one time.
Crack my knuckles.
Right. He was like,
he would never. Do you think he'd agree to it like a roast?
No.
That would be.
I'm surprised he even agreed to this debate because he's like, we ain't debating again.
Oh, he did proclaim that, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He was like, I feel like I've already won. I don't need to debate anymore.
Anyway, I'm done talking about that.
Yeah,
man.
I didn't like that. Oh, but you know what I would like to talk about?
What's that?
Taylor Swift.
Oh, what about Taylor?
Taylor Swift.
What about her?
I was a little, I don't know why I was surprised. Maybe because I don't know that much about Taylor Swift. I mean, I know she's a mega superstar, and I know she and Beyonce are friends.
Oh, are they?
I think they're friendly.
Okay.
Like they talk. Okay. I may be saying friends is a little too much, but they're friendly. They talk.
Right. They know each other.
Who she's not friendly with? Bridget Mahone.
the hell is that, man?
Pat Mahomes' wife.
Who the hell is that, man? I'm about to Google it.
He's a football person.
Mahone. I'm gonna spell
And
it
so
wrong.
anybody who knows about sort of like the politics of the wives and girlfriends
Him?
of athletics, yes, that's Mr. Mahomes, and he's married to a woman named Bridget.
I thought you said Mahone, but so this is enlightening. But okay, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
He likes Donald Trump.
No,
Oh,
his wife do.
I'm about to say, according to his hair, he don't like Donald Trump. I don't understand how he could if that was the case. But
No, he married a woman who does.
okay. So let's go to Patrick's wife. Let's see.
There she goes.
Brittany Mahomes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm.
Okay.
She's a Fox News type. For sure. She looks like she could very much be a Fox News commentator.
Yeah.
So I think she's watching that every day. I'm pretty sure that's probably what she grew up with. And for her, that's her version of morality. Like a lot of, I know her kind. I went to school with them, right? So they've been told like the reason why a lot of these social problems are just giving to a bunch of lazy welfare queens. And, you know, this idea of, I don't know her like that, but I know her kind, you know, just taking a quick peek. So it looks like over time she and Bridget used to be cool, but she stopped sitting with her at the games.
Ooh,
which
high
is
school drama.
Listen, life is high school.
drama.
So, you know, for Bridget, that lowers her cachet because
Right, proximity to wealth and celebrity.
well, and
right?
Taylor has more status than her.
Exactly.
So because of all that money and fame, people love her.
Yeah, they do.
I think generated about 300,000 people going to the vote.org site for her
what's up.
link. She's getting the girls engaged. She's talking back. I love that.
I know you don't really see her.
And she's very clever when she
does, but-
announced it right after the debate, when everybody's still talking about it on the things. They're like, oh, Tay-Tay said something? What's that?
Not Tay-Tay.
And she's going to be here in Indianapolis right before the election.
Ooh.
So, and
Wow.
here's another thing that I thought was interesting. I read this. I'll try to find the citation so I'm not just pulling it out of my butt. Yeah,
got
cat
a
lady.
picture with her cat?
She's so cute. You know what it reminds me a little of? The pose Angela did with Sprinkles. Do you think that was intentional? She's a very clever girl.
I don't know, but
Pull up
could
Angela
be.
and Sprinkles. I want to put a side by side. That I will put, maybe not in the episode, but maybe on a social media post of Angela and Sprinkles, the cat. It feels a little similar. I don't know. Maybe not.
Okay.
But anyway.
Yeah, I
She's,
mean, I was surprised to hear from her as well because I don't follow her like that to know what she posts and what she doesn't post. But I know that there's been a lot of conversation around, like, does she use her platform to, to tackle issues? Because I mean, and she doesn't have to. I mean, like at the end of the day, I mean, you don't have
She's
to
a
do
singer.
that. Yeah, you
Songwriter.
don't have to.
Yeah.
However, lots of really, women over the years, especially the older you get too. So I'm noticing too, maybe that she's getting older and she feels, we were talking about in the Patreon, maybe how Beyonce can make the kind of music and stuff she wants to do now. Like she's not making music necessarily to
advance
win
her career.
awards.
She's like,
and to
what more
advance
could
her
I do?
career. She's doing those things because these are, she gets to message things the way she wants to message and be a part of things. So, maybe this is just her way of,
And it made me
asserting
research
some
her
autonomy
boyfriend,
over her
Travis,
stuff.
a little more.
Oh, did you know? What'd you find out? What's the tea?
Well, Travis, like I said, I don't really be studying these people for real, but he's a little progressive himself, which makes sense, being in a couple. But he was one of the first white players to kneel for the national anthem.
Oh, straight up?
Straight up.
Okay, I knew he had a black girlfriend before Taylor.
Everybody
That's all
knew
I
that.
knew.
I only found that out recently, but you know what?
Yeah.
Good for him. He seems very cool. Fine, upstanding white man.
Sure. I can't confirm that. I don't know nothing about the man.
I said
but good for him.
seems. I
You
used
did.
the qualifier
Underline that.
seems.
Yes, okay. But yeah, so good for them. Good for her. I mean, I think anything that gets the young folks engaged in the political process could be.
Because it doesn't seem like it, but this is going to affect your future a lot.
Yeah.
Especially if you like birth control.
I mean,
Moni, do you like birth control?
I mean, for 14 years, it was my jam. So, and it kept me from having kids when I didn't want to. And I really appreciated and loved having that kind of autonomy. And to think my daughter may or may not have that same level.
You don't have to be sneaking to Mexico to get birth control.
Concerning, to
That's
say the
silly.
least. It's
Or probably
so dumb.
Canada, because y'all got family in Michigan,
Canadian.
so it'd be
That's true,
easier to run up there and get it from them.
And we got our passports as
Because
well.
them Canadian women try to shut down their birth control. See how that goes.
Burn down these streets, man. They got that French in their blood. They don't let that happen. Absolutely
Vive
not.
la revolution.
Yes, all of that. So yeah, that was really cool too. Yeah, I like that segued from that too. And then there was something else you brought up. I know we talked about this a little bit on our live, but Beyonce got snubbed, I guess, on the old Country Music Awards. How surprised on the scale of 1 to 10 were you on that?
It was like a 9.
Really?
Not that she didn't win. I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't win. I'm surprised she did not get a nomination at all.
Because she's Beyonce?
No, because she had a ton of number 1 singles from that album. Usually that's a big factor into whether you get album of the year, because you had a bunch of hit singles and you sold a bunch of them and everyone was talking about it and it was sort of a cultural iconic moment. But to completely ignore that, I imagine it was submitted, because I think for these awards you have to submit.
Okay.
And to me, to listen to that album, just even if you didn't like the words, but just the aesthetics around it were so amazing, that to me, I am a little shocked that they were like, no, thank you.
I don't know. I guess that demographic of people never surprised me.
Oh, fair.
And because from the standpoint of what you're saying, as far as like what the criteria is, because like if it's truly off of the streaming and what's number 1 on the charts and they're picking it on that, like, yeah, that is surprising. At the same time, because they're in control of every fucking thing, like they're gonna do what they want to do. And I pointed out that I feel like you don't see that in other genres, like when you have artists, white artists or non-black or whatever artists going into genres like rap and stuff like that. I mean, there's very little gatekeeping when it comes to
like
that.
Macklemore, MIA. We're not like, we're not gonna, no, they be off the rip first album.
Out the gate.
You want some Grammys? Here you
Beating
go.
icons. You feel me?
So you can come to the BET Awards. We don't care.
Take over the whole show. And so, I mean, and I don't know if that's good or bad, but I do feel like there's not, I mean, obviously that's not a reciprocity. In fact, weren't the Dixie Chicks, or the Chicks now, they go by the Chicks, weren't they shunned for performing with her at the CMA?
No, it was before that. This goes all the way back to like 2002. Come back with me.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Time
let's
travel.
go back. Let's go back. Does anybody remember the Iraq War?
I remember.
Okay. They were very outspoken against that.
Right.
They were very outspoken with not supporting George Bush Jr. I remember, I think it was Natalie, the little short one. I think she had painted on her face like FUTK, because they got into a beef with Toby Keith. Rest in peace.
Shit.
And so, yeah, so I think their beef goes back way. So that was just the icing on the cake for the Chicks.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They were already sort of like you're already nigger lovers.
Right.
Like when you were
Whoa, hard R.
you were saying nigger lovers, because why do you care about the people of Iraq? You know what I mean? So
messed up.
it is messed up. And then now you're gonna perform with this negress on our country stage. It's like,
And they were super excited too, because
I
like,
would be.
we love her. Hello.
Yeah, most people love Beyonce.
Yeah.
You really have to.
I mean, and you don't. And
Stretch.
that's the thing. Like, you don't even actually have to like her music, but the fact that like she undeniably had like, I mean, I don't know how many number 1s like back to back to back for so long with.
And she's
her album.
never
It's
been
like,
locked up for spousal abuse. She's
she lets Solange handle all that stuff.
she does. I wish she would have got one lick in.
that would've been great.
How much would I have paid to listen to that audio?
Man,
Oh,
I would
'cause
make
know
a song
she was
about it if I was more
cussing him
talented.
out. I know she was cussing him smooth out. Because could you imagine just
Beautiful.
this really? Okay, sorry. Going back. They worked it out. It was fine. It's beautiful now. It's so gorgeous. They really, really repaired things. But yeah. I think the hate towards her is just so misplaced, because she's never really done anything worth hating, even if you don't like the music.
Well, it's what she represents, though. I think it's more just you represent the audacity of Black folks to think highly of themselves and to see themselves and know their own history and show up like, I can actually do country music. Because I matter of fact, the American Requiem, I mean, she starts off her album like, bitch, I got something to tell you. I mean, it's such beautiful storytelling. So like my thing is even if you don't like her music, what she represents and what she's saying about her place in the world is yeah, we don't like that. We don't want this sassy black lady sitting up here feeling like she can just show up wherever the fuck and do whatever she wants to do. That's reserved for a certain person. You know what I mean? And it's not somebody who's in her gender, how she.
You had brought up, I think, was it Formation when they did that skit on SNL when white people figured out Beyonce was black?
Yes, it's very much
because
that.
she could. There is a history of a lot of black women who maybe don't claim their blackness, like
Absolutely.
A lot of times where they're just like, oh well, I'm Polynesian,
I'm Creole.
Yes, where
Only.
she could easily do that very easily, because she is a light, she could be ambiguous if she wanted to.
Right.
So the fact that she is actively choosing blackness, like saying
That's the
I'm
problem.
black, my husband, my kids are black, like I'm claiming blackness, when she doesn't have to, I think is what maybe bothers some people.
Yeah, and that's why she doesn't have the award. Make no mistake about it. I think it's just her, her unapologetic sort of.
But do you think it's the fact that she's a woman too?
Both, yeah,
Both,
for sure.
The one too, because it's not always country. Men in country sometimes get a little more leeway because men are just allowed to move in certain spaces more than women are.
Yeah, this is definitely more contemptuous because she's a woman too, but
and a young one at that. I mean, relatively young. Like
yeah.
she's been in the game for so long, but I think for a lot of people, like I said, I've heard so much disparaging about her. Like somehow she's just this pop artist who doesn't deserve respect. Where I don't know, like I think she does. Mama's working hard.
She's going hard, man. And I like that she's inspiring just up and coming ones too. I was just thinking to myself, did any of the other black artists featured on her album receive any? And I looked it up and it said
Shabuzi.
Yeah, Shabuzi, who was featured on 2 songs on
Oh,
Cowboy
nominated
Carter
for Artist of the Year.
and the War and
And
Treaty were
Single of the
only.
Year. Everybody in this bar getting tipsy.
So there you go. A guy did.
That was fun. That was a fun song.
Yeah.
I don't think
I
don't think it was better than Texas Hold'em.
Yeah, so I don't know if any of the other ones did though, but I was just wondering if maybe some of the other ones broke through, but they weren't having it for him. And maybe to them it just wasn't as twangy as they needed it to be considered.
Were pretty
But
twangy. Like I said, like even with the chicks, like not all their stuff is twangy. Like
that's why I liked their album, I think, because it was more. It didn't go into that bluegrassy super. Like that. Why do I feel like I'm doing this a lot?
Or maybe it's the strength of their music you're trying to hold up. And they play the violin, so maybe you're trying to. It's great, I think, but they've received a lot of criticism over the years, like I said, for being outspoken women.
Yeah, and that's all it takes.
Do you remember the Goodbye Earl? I'm sorry. Do you remember the Goodbye Earl video?
No, I remember the song though. Being in your car, rolling to go do our hip hop aerobics class at the Y before I got accosted by that white woman grabbing my hair. That's what I remember.
I remember that because you had that burgundy ringlets.
Yeah, dude.
It was beautiful.
It was.
I managed to keep my hands off it,
Man.
but whatever. So
What about the video
it's a
though?
beautiful song about murdering your abusive husband. Or you and your best friend murdering your abusive husband.
Ooh.
It was a beautiful song. And so, what's her name? Jenna Maroney's in it. I think she was playing Wanda.
Oh, I like Jenna.
And I think Natalie was playing Marianne. And it's this beautiful song about Marianne and Wanda. But it was really playful and silly. Like, it wasn't like a
They do
slasher
that
film.
a lot with country music. A lot of it is very violent, very domestic abusive. You know that? Abusive. Domestic abusive. I don't know, that sounded weird. But yeah, it does cover a lot of that stuff.
Domestically abusive?
Yes. I was like, I'm not, the conjugating ain't conjugating. Something's not working here.
There was some spouses getting beat, y'all.
Period. Okay. Somebody was getting ass beat.
Yeah. But
yeah.
it's a common theme in all kinds of art.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
sure.
It wasn't just them doing it. People be like, well, I don't
But
think it's
nobody's
appropriate.
banning it though. That's what I'm saying. Like, you
Right.
don't get a lot of that commentary around those.
Well, I remember
the content.
around the same time there was a video by Garth Brooks about a woman shooting her abusive husband, and no one had anything to say about it.
No, because
And the thunder rolled. That was a good song. And the thunder rolled, and the lightning strike. Dun, dun, dun. She shot him right between the eyes.
I love when
in
she
that
sings.
video.
I think you should do more. Keep going, friend.
The love grows cold on a sleepless night. I might make that part up. But anyway,
Well, whatever. I loved it.
but
still.
yes, that was Garth Brooks, and no one had a
Man.
problem with him singing about a woman killing her abuser. But that's what most women are in jail for. Like the women who've committed murders, it's an abusive partner.
I was trying to protect
So
myself.
it was a question of when does it become self-protection?
Yeah, I think
When is it self-defense?
Every single time.
Because self-defense is legal defense. Like I'm allowed to. Like girl who killed her mom, who was doing the proxy Marston. What is it called? Munchausen by proxy. Gypsy Rose. She just got out. You didn't read about Gypsy? We need to watch that.
Wait a minute. What is the name of? Is there a show
Mommy
about it?
Dead, Mommy Dearest. She had like 2 like little movies, documentaries about it.
Wait, say her name again.
Gypsy Rose.
I've heard this before.
Yeah, she had her boyfriend kill her mama. Yeah.
Yes. Don't they have a? Wait, is this the Hulu one or no?
There was a Hulu and an HBO one.
So I saw the Hulu one. I
saw the HBO one.
Absolutely crazy.
And I was like, I think she had a case. I don't think she should have been locked up.
Oh my God.
Because that woman,
we do have to, and we're gonna have to watch
just
this and
about
talk this at one
Munchausen by
time.
proxy, man. So it's like, when
My
does it become
God.
self-defense?
Wowzers.
Because
That
what
is
was
real messed
weird
up.
was that the mama kind of knew what was coming. A lot of abusers do. Like a lot of times you just really do feel, but Kat and Moni, Kat doesn't endorse killing anyone, okay? If you can get out without killing anybody, try to do that move.
Yeah. And then
But if you want to write a song about it, rappers do it all the time.
they probably shouldn't if it's real.
If
long
it's
as it's
real.
fake,
But like
yeah.
I'm saying, like I don't think the Dixie Chicks really killed
No,
a dude
they
with their
didn't,
best
right.
friend
This is
from high
fiction.
school.
It's fiction.
I think they just talked about what they would like to do.
It's nice to explore things through the lens of art because it gives you that. Like even I've been in my car and pictured, I don't really have road rage like that. Not really.
You've
But-
honked my horn before.
But I will say I do have notes. So, a nice little, I'm not about to lay on and be crazy or anything like that. But I am going to give a nice little, you've been sitting there too long. You can sit too long now. But I'm not in my car like,
No, you don't
I'm not
flick
doing
people
that.
off
No,
or cuss them
I'm
out
not
or
doing anything like
It's
that.
If anything, it's just, a little.
Yeah, a little something. A little,
I
a
never
little
like
scooch.
honking at people.
Yeah.
I don't like doing it.
That's so crazy.
You were like, the horn's there for a reason.
Yeah.
You're right. I just.
And I mean, a lot of the other aspects of your life, you're honking the horn at all times. Like you're gonna honk the horn in a conversation. You know what I mean? You don't shy away from being direct in any other way. So that's just,
true.
but that's fine though. That's just one way. Maybe you're not into it. It's fine. It's my new move. So weird.
Yeah, but Beyonce, we see you. Keep doing your thing.
Yeah, girl. We listen.
I know you probably don't have room for more awards. You're probably like I
somebody
said, you
else
out
get
there
it.
raising kids and stuff.
No, that's right. Live your best life. But
Y'all
yeah,
be so
that was
pressed
crazy.
while I'm raising daughters.
Let's go. Right. I'm stressed out now. Okay. Damn. Got 2 of them. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then what else? Was there something else?
Michaela DePrince, who was in Beyonce's Lemonade visual album. There's actually a scene I always cry at where she's holding a picture of her deceased brother.
Your eyes are watering now.
It's so sad because the way she writes about him in the book was so tender. Like he would just seem like this amazing person, and the fact that she wanted to represent him in that piece, but like she's dancing in it too. She's mostly ballet dancing, and she she was adopted by an American family from Sierra Leone. She had lost her parents. It was just it's just such a short. I mean, she had an amazing life. She packed a lot into it. I'll tell you what. Like that's why you it's this or nothing. That you gotta live every day.
Damn.
So, but yeah, she was just 29, and she was, I love ballet and I love Black people. So it was just, she was one of those people that it was, I was really hurt to see that. But I'm glad that Beyonce recognized her genius and artistry and has captured her forever in her work. So that's why we make art, because we know we're going to die.
Yeah, that's true. Dang, that's crazy. This will be here after we die.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure everyone's going to be running to hear these episodes.
Archive. But you never know. It could be like Van Gogh. Like, he never sold anything when he was alive, and he's hot shit now.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Might come up once we're dead. That's what's up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is really, really sad. Shout out to her family, and just, man, 29. I just always feel like that is just so young. Like, you're at the beginning, and like you said, she packed in a lot, and I'm sure inspired so many young Black girls. I love that she could represent that. So that is sad too.
But I think we should take a break.
Okay. Yeah. We should definitely take a break on that note. You guys will be right back. All right, guys, welcome back from the break. We're back.
We're back.
And we're so professional.
We are.
Yes.
I actually did buy a new book this week. I went to Half Price Books.
Tell me. Ooh, I'm jealous.
You know, it's always so crazy. It's like I have so many unread books at home. Why do that?
Because it's still It's
the same reason like why men cheat. So like if you don't know why I need to buy books before reading the ones I already have, it's the same reason you need to cheat on your girlfriend.
Because I can't get enough.
Exactly. Same reason I keep buying shoes. My shoes at home are fine. I need new ones.
Okay. But yeah.
But the book was Black Nerd Problems.
Oh.
I mean that title. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So
I like that.
I like that one.
Maybe
too.
we could have a blurred on the show and talk about it.
Or a blurred or two.
Yeah. Or
another
two.
blurred.
Yeah. That'd be great. I like that. That'd be fun.
I love when we have nerds on the show.
I know. So I'm trying to think before we go into something else. I want to make sure there weren't any
things.
What other the only thing we didn't touch on the actual episode was the whole Super Bowl controversy. I feel like it seems manufactured though.
I think it feels a little manufactured too.
I'm like, I don't know why.
I feel like it's outrage marketing, which is working. Because I'm definitely going to watch the Super Bowl halftime show.
I feel insulted because I'm just like, I mean, I'm trying to understand why I'm supposed to care this hard about.
Right, because we get announcements every year about who the halftime show is going to be. Yeah. So I do understand in a way why people feel Lil Wayne was snubbed, but I don't think he was.
Right, so give me, because I mean, I didn't hear the initial conversations. I just knew everybody was mad that Lil Wayne wasn't.
Well, for people who don't know, the Super Bowl is going to be in New Orleans next year, February 9th.
Okay.
Mark your calendars. And even though it's not common to pick a act from the city you're performing in, people feel like they should have, just because of how iconic Lil Wayne is, how prolific he's been. He's got a lot of hits.
Definitely.
He has mainstream appeal, like both Black and white audiences tend to really enjoy him. But people are kind of blaming Jay-Z's because I guess Rock Nation is in charge of booking the talent for the NFL.
So not Rock Nation though. You're saying Jay-Z specifically. Like they're not saying Rock Nation.
He's in charge of it, right?
But also too,
is he the CEO of Rock Nation?
I don't know, but I'm just pretty sure that's not. I don't assume that because he's over Rock Nation that means that he doesn't delegate certain tasks to certain people.
I think he probably might have to sign off on something like, I don't know. You're right. I mean, I don't know how it works. That to me, I honestly don't know. But that's what people are asserting.
Okay,
that somehow Jay-Z was like, because I hate Drake and Nicki. So
wait, so now it's Drake and Nicki. It's not even
Lil Wayne, right?
So on behalf, okay. See,
even though Kendrick Lamar's done song with Lil Wayne.
I don't know. This feels to me like this. It feels like, okay, somebody has an album dropping. Okay, so this is why we're now in the Twitterverse or the Xverse going super hard talking about this. And I'm just like, there are so many actual things happening that the fact that they got people conversating about this. I know that's not an actual word, but y'all know what I'm saying. But I don't care. To me, it feels like it's a good pick because I mean, like, why wouldn't they pick Kendrick? He's super hot right now. He had the hottest song of the whole summer.
And people are trying to say he doesn't have as many hits. Like he's not going to have enough.
He's not going to have enough. Like he'll have enough. You know what I'm saying? Like he'll have enough. And also too, it's not like he's going to be the only person. They usually have a huge lineup.
Well, Rihanna didn't.
Right. Okay. And so there's the possibility,
but usually
he can have a lot of,
odds are there's a larger chance that he will have other acts than he won't.
So if he runs out, like maybe they should tap Cash Money to be there.
The one argument I haven't heard is that it's going to be a bad show. No one said that.
And the fact that it's an argument, that's the part that annoys me. You know, I hate this. I hate fake beef. Like, this isn't actual beef. Like, at the end of the day, an artist who is qualified, who is talented, who is popping, who always has been, you know what I mean? And who is currently right now popping, got tapped to do one of the biggest performances. Like, why wouldn't he be? Also, at the same time, I can understand people saying, like, it would be dope to have. Like, why isn't it that? It would be so dope to have him. Like, how can we get him
and
or Cash Money to be, like,
taking over for the 99 and the 2000?
I would love that. I would love to see them on. Like, that would be great.
I think Back That Ass Up is the Super Bowl of
Let's go.
dance songs.
I would love that.
Yeah.
It's the song of everything. But I just think, yeah, like, why does it have to be this thing where it's like, man, now, because like that feels like, oh,
Does it feel childish to you?
Well, and how old is Nicki Minaj now?
That's why I was saying it feels a little childish.
Damn,
to
like
really be mad about it, though. It'd be one thing to be like, even we're not mad about Beyonce getting the snub. I feel like it was disrespectful. Yeah, but I'm not mad about it. It's just kind of like, oh, are we all still rich? Yay.
I'm mad that mad that black women are dying at a disproportionate rate, giving birth to their kids. I'm shitty that these school systems are failing our children. Like, that's the stuff.
Or that indigenous women are killed at a higher rate than anybody in the country. That's upsetting. That's disrespectful.
So I'm not getting ready to be on some,
choke myself.
This is workplace discrimination because he doesn't like him from this and that. And it's like, I doubt and even if it was that, it just doesn't, I guess, to me, like, the level of intensity that this conversation is being had with, I wish we could apply that to some shit that mattered more.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, everybody's still rich and still important. So.
I feel like Crystal said it best. She's like, are we really arguing about which millionaire is going to perform at the Super Bowl? I think everybody's winning in this situation ultimately.
We're good. And again, everybody can have their feelings. Even Lil Wayne, if he feels away or whatever, like, if he's like, damn, that would have been dope.
Or even Nicki Minaj. You can have your feelings about it.
But going on social media and just like emptying the clip feels a bit, it's super American at this point, but also like, is that really needed though? Like, I think there was just
nobody needed that.
Like, nobody needed that. So that was.
But maybe I'm the asshole.
Probably. I'll accept it. You know what I mean? I'll accept it. And speaking of that, friend, don't you think it'd be fun to kind of do an Am I the Asshole question?
Well, I don't know if I should.
I think you should. The people tend to enjoy it. And this is a fake ass episode.
All right, you convinced me.
All right. So hit me.
So this was posted 13 minutes ago.
Oh, shit.
Am I the asshole for telling my mom she shouldn't let a man live with us? I don't want to give up too much information, so I'll try to tell the story in a way that just gets the point across. So I, 8-year-old female, am in my first year of college. And as important as the story, I'm a she's not writing really well. So I'm going to start all over. I'm going to have to do some mental editing so this will make sense. Okay. So I, 18-year-old female, am in my first year of college, and I'm a commuter. This usually means I'm home pretty much during the day, with the exception of my morning classes and my evening classes on Mondays and Wednesdays. Almost 2 weeks ago, my mom told me that she would be talking to a friend of hers about letting someone from our home country, my family's from West Africa, stay with them because the person in question has won a lottery ticket allowing them to come to America. The problem that arose was that the people he had arranged a living situation backed out at the last minute when it became apparent he would actually be coming here. So my mom talked to some friends and no one really got back to about letting them stay with them, so she decided she would have this man stay with us. Now, although I understand that being able to come to America is not an opportunity he would want to pass up, I think that the idea that my mom is okay with letting a person she doesn't know personally stay in a home alone with her daughter is concerning. My mom works a job that requires her to live away from home, so it's really just me and my younger sister here. Even then, since my sister is really involved in school 5 days of the week, she's in school from 7 a.m. to 6, and that leaves me alone with a complete stranger, and I would hope other people would be able to see the problem with that. I told her how I feel about this, and she began to downplay the situation, stating he went to college, as if going to college wouldn't somehow make this any less of an issue. And then I told her that this is just the highlight of how little she seems to care about me as compared to my little sister, because I know if I were dorming this year, the thought of letting him stay would never even cross her mind. But because it's me, he would mostly be around, she's somehow fine with it. Her inability to acknowledge how concerning the situation is, however, makes me wonder if maybe I'm being selfish or for not wanting him to live with us. But being someone who has been raised solely by a woman, I've never really lived with men, and she's always working. I've grown to accept being independent and living alone. The thought of living alone with a complete stranger is so uncomfortable for me. If it were a cousin, I think I would be able to rationalize the situation, but the fact that it's someone she doesn't even know herself, it just makes the situation all the worse for me. I do acknowledge that I may be overreacting because he is a man, but as a person who has unfortunately had many ill encounters with men because of situations like this one, I feel like it's necessary to be cautious. So am I the asshole?
I would say no. I don't think you're the asshole. And I think there's a lot to unpack there too, because I think there's a lot of different things at work here because they're originally from
West Africa.
West Africa. I think her concerns are valid. I think that, you know, especially with her giving that context of her mom working outside of the home and it really just being her and her sister there. I mean, that does sound crazy. And then at the same time, I'm thinking like, okay, culturally, the mom might be more accustomed to community living, you know, like I know a lot of people who aren't from here who have said like, oh, I had the kind of parents where, you know, I'd come home and it'd be somebody I have no idea who they were. They weren't necessarily related, but we take people and we help. Like when there's need, you show up for your community because they're more community based. So in my mind, this person maybe is more community minded. And the one thing that stuck out, she was saying like, well, if it was a cousin, you know, I'd be less concerned. In my mind, I'm like, I wouldn't be any less concerned. I mean, a lot of times that's even more of a risk than somebody you don't know. But yeah, I don't think you're an asshole for questioning whether or not this is the safest predicament for a parent to put their child in. And, you know, and I don't know if the cultural aspect of that is what's blinding your mom to seeing why, like, that's possibly a dangerous situation. But yeah, like I don't picture them. I couldn't do that. I mean, I don't want strangers in my house. And again, too, I think it's just the way I've been socialized and the way that I have grown up. You know, having a grown man in our house, whether he went to college or not, the way that a lot of men are socialized. I mean, I don't know him. Like, you know, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, what is he going to be expecting from women who, like, is he going to expect you to cook or clean up after him?
And you're not there. That's the part that's really fucking me up is that, Mom, you're not even actually going to be here. And then I have to navigate this social situation with a stranger in our house. Like,
since she's saying the mom's not going to be there, where is the mom going to be? Why can't the dude be there?
Boom. I don't know. She's right. I really don't know. I just feel like perhaps there's some different alternatives. You know what I'm saying? Like if because I mean, I'm thinking about students who go to host families and stuff like that. Like maybe trying to find like another family or community who, you know, have done it in the past that maybe don't have.
But even in those situations, they're not grown men. They're usually
did she say how old he was?
No. Yeah. She just said man.
Yeah. I just, you know, it wouldn't be me. I'm not getting ready to have somebody, I mean, even from my own community, just somebody I don't know, just posted up at my house when I'm not there with my two daughters. Like, I feel like that is, you know, I mean, and it's not like, oh, he's definitely going to sexually assault you, but also why would I roll the dice on that?
Yeah. And so my first thought was, well, you're 18, you could get your own place, but I understand not wanting to leave your younger sister in that situation either.
But maybe that would force her mom to make a different choice. Like if she told her, like, I'm up out of here, whether that's I'm about to go with dad, don't know where your dad is at, don't know where your cool auntie might be or your granny. There might be somebody else who you can be like, I don't feel safe and I'd prefer, you know, if I can, especially while I'm in school, I don't want to be stressing about finding extra high rent just so I don't have to be maybe molested. So, you know, I think maybe reach out to your family and see if there's any way that, like, if your mom is like, if she's dead set on that, I mean, and maybe even,
I mean, the chances are her family will probably agree with the mom.
I don't know that.
It just sounds like the context of it, because if the mom is okay with it, there's this idea of it's probably a more communal culture. So I'm guessing, but you never know. There might be a family member who's just kind of like, yeah, I get it. Because everyone deserves to feel safe in their home. Yeah. Like that's just tough. Period, point blank. I'm very strict about this. I live alone with my daughter. I don't let men around. I don't think I could totally understand why. Like, you're not going to feel comfortable. And especially, you know, you won't have to be thinking about like, oh, do I have enough clothes on, you know, when I'm walking around.
And now I want my sister in the room with me at all. Like now you can't even be by yourself, and
because that is how that kind of stuff. Like to me, even if the percentage is like just a 1% chance, that's too much of a risk. Like I'm not even going to take a 1% chance that you might like, you know, cause irreparable harm to my child.
And that's the thing, like it can't be undone. If something were to happen, it just can't be undone. And because the mom isn't in a position to be there to navigate that and really physically be there. It's like, absolutely. And even with that, I still,
because that happens with mama in the house
right
too.
There. Yeah. So I don't, I'm not
and
really.
also the mama trying to say, well, he went to college. Moni, do people get sexually assaulted in colleges?
Like, honestly, that's like a huge feature of college.
Okay.
Sexual assault.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
So I don't think that is a good enough reason, even though for the mom, I'm sure that communicates a certain amount of character, but intellectualism doesn't keep you from being a creep.
No, definitely not. So, yeah. I mean, do you think she's an asshole?
I do not. Yeah. Not for this. She might be in other ways.
Right.
But for in this particular situation, no, you're not an asshole for wanting to protect yourself and your sister and your mom.
Yeah.
Because here's the other thing. If this person like causes any kind of damage to you, I don't know if she owns the home or whatever. And I don't know what even their immigration status is.
Oh, yeah.
Like a lot of times, like if you can catch a felony by being with a felon. Like if he commits some kind of act, like you can get like a.
So are you trying to say that all immigrants are going to come up in here? You sound like Donald Trump right now.
Well, they themselves are immigrants, and I'm on the side of the immigrant.
I'm kidding. It just was like as you
yes,
were saying
no,
it.
No. I don't think they're.
This just in. Kat thinks immigrants.
It's not. Honestly, it's not the immigrant part that's bothering me. It's the male
man part. Yeah,
it's the male part, and I'm sorry. That's just like she said. She's had really bad experiences with men. She's never lived with a man before,
and it's her house. Like, I mean,
I take a lot of pride in cultivating a safe environment for my children. So I don't think that providing, even though in their culture this might not be seen as a stranger, at the end of the day it's a stranger, which is a big, huge. We always say that, like, don't let strangers know where you live. Don't let, like, this whole thing. So
damn, what if the plot twist was like, this is your husband? You're gonna marry him. You might as well get used to this. I've arranged it. He's here now.
I'm scared.
That
could be it too.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, like that would be really scary too. Or where he's just like, yeah, why can't
he
I
went to
have
college? Isn't he nice? And then she just starts. She moves out. I don't know what accent that was, but
no. Let's hear it again.
No, that's all right. That was Palmer.
But for real, like it's this whole. There are. Let me give a fun cultural difference story. So, you know my cousin Shannon.
I love her.
I love her too. She's fabulous. And she's from Tennessee. And she would come visit, sometimes her and her mom and her sister. And so they go to church with us. And so, we'd had children's church during the regular church service where the kids could go and be quiet. Or not be quiet, but not, you just find something for the kids to do. So Sister Lorraine was our Sunday school teacher. And she was an Afro-Caribbean woman. Very tiny.
She sounds...
Sister Lorraine.
I don't know the ma'am. The lady, the ma'am. I already want to call her ma'am. And I don't know her.
You better.
Just based off her name.
Yes.
But continue.
You don't play in Sister Lorraine's class. Just when you did the accent, it just sort of brought some memories back. And I just knew when I showed up, I had better have my Bible verses memorized, because if everyone tried that, Lucy says, well, I didn't have time to memorize my Bible verses. And she was like, I'm sorry to do the accent, but you really need to hear it for it to land. And she's like, did you have time to eat? Did you have time to sleep? Then you had time to learn your lessons. And so I didn't want to get caught out. So I always knew my stuff, and I didn't act up in her class. But, we had visitors. Cousin Shannon, she had like a little temper. She acted out a lot. And Sister Lorraine whooped her.
No, cuz. Damn.
Shannon's still mad about it.
You remember that? Oh my God.
Ass whoopings, you can remember. From a Caribbean woman, you probably don't remember it.
Yeah, community ass whooping, you never forget.
I just always felt like Sister Lorraine has seen some stuff. Damn. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want it with her. Whatever she said to do, I just did it. I never had problems. She never whooped me.
Yeah.
So
you hear that shit?
I was around her all the time.
I love that.
And she didn't whip Charity.
Dang,
Charity was there too.
Yeah, she knew it was up. It was that darn Shannon.
So yeah, she had got one. She's still mad about it, but it was like, she's from a different culture where you do get to whoop other people's kids. Yeah. We can't really do that here.
We used to have that. That
we
used
did.
to be a thing. It's
but by
so
the 80s,
now.
this would have been in the 80s.
Yeah, we moved away from that.
You couldn't really do that anymore.
Yeah.
Funny enough, though, her mama didn't say anything to Sister Lorraine, though.
She didn't want to get whooped. She was like, hold up. She was like, well, if she whooped you, you needed it, probably.
No, I don't think she was thrilled about it, but also at the
scared?
same time, she's kind of like, yeah.
It's like, oh, well.
I get it.
Right.
So,
Oh, that's funny.
Yes. There is that to say, lots of cultural differences in what isn't acceptable, especially for domestic life. I think that unfortunately, she's not calling for advice. She just wants to know if she's the asshole. You're not the asshole, but the solution might be having to move out.
Yeah.
Because it is worth it to feel safe. There's no price for safety.
No.
And then if you have to, you're 18, you could be your sister's legal guardian.
Yeah. That's
if
really,
you need to be.
Because I mean, like if you really feel that strongly about it, that's what being an adult is.
Yeah.
It's, making those hard choices sometimes. But anyway, hopefully you work that out. I'm really sorry that you're in that situation.
And I know that would probably, you don't want to hurt your mom either.
Yeah.
Because I get that part of it too. But
I don't think she wants to hurt you either. I think that like this is just like a little blind spot for her maybe. And it could be considered negligent and just from the whole, like, we don't know this man and we're bringing him into our home. Like, that could just be.
And it'd be one thing if he was just staying us until he finds a place, maybe.
I don't know.
Or maybe we just took up a collection and we can get him a hotel room until he finds a place. Because I understand wanting to reach out to people who are coming to this country. We actually do need, people complain about the services we do for immigrants, but I think we could do more, especially in terms of bringing them in culturally to understand. Like, I remember when we were doing a DI meeting, different foreign students were talking about how scared they were on St. Patrick's Day. And like on Halloween. Like if you don't know this stuff is coming, like it's like, wow, this is a lot of drunk white people. What's going on?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We know what's up.
Like,
you know what I mean? It's like, so is this what's going to be going on for now? It's like, no, it's just, it's March 17th. Go crazy. Yeah. And so seriously, like maybe don't go out that day. If you're not, used to, like if you're from a country that doesn't drink and we have a whole holiday dedicated to drinking.
Right.
Yeah, like that, maybe prepare people for that, and also people do need resources when they get here. Because I think a lot of complaints too people have is that immigrants, a lot of times they get housing vouchers and then we have lots of Americans who are struggling with housing right now. And I don't think the answer is strip immigrants of that. We could just expand that program. Same way we let everybody use the library. Period. We could just expand a lot of social problems that we just have for certain groups. Like I think that's the answer.
Yeah, because it does just build resentment toward the people with those services, but also too, just rendering these people without housing also
that's not the answer.
Exacerbates an issue that exists now. So I think that is a really good point to make, that like these sort of issues shouldn't be relegated to individual families to have to solve, because they could be putting themselves in harm's way. It doesn't mean that they will be, because again, we're not like trying to say that because these immigrants are here that they're going to do crimes and stuff like that. This is more of a like, this is a female, like a safety issue when it comes to minors or young adults being, in close proximity with people living in their homes. You know what I mean? That's a lot different than just saying like, Haitians eat cats.
You don't want to get that A score up there. You want to keep it low.
Let's keep it low. So that's the real answer. Like the outreach for, social programs for immigrants should be more robust, I think. So problem solved.
We did it. No assholes around here.
Nope. All right, well let's spin the wheel, friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Spin it. A book. Oh my gosh.
I was trying to
peek. We already talked about this, so when I say it, you're gonna know it. The Anxious Generation by Jonathan Haidt. Oh my gosh, you guys, this one has me. I started reading it and I'm nervous. Like I'm peeling my nail polish off. That's what I do when I'm like, ugh, it's so bad. It's so bad. And I'm scared.
Did you watch Inside Out 2 yet?
I have seen it. I don't think I saw it all the way through. I've seen most of it.
Okay, same here. I was tired. It was like 10 p.m. But I do like the personification of anxiety.
Man,
I think that's really, really helpful. It's
right
such
now.
A great model.
Man,
because anxiety is,
she's persistent. Yeah, she's persistent. So that was activated. But this is a really good read. This is because it's blended in there. How the great rewiring of childhood is causing an epidemic of mental illness. So, kind of a bummer, but also really important information. And I'm very interested in hearing his thesis on this particular subject and kind of walking it through. So,
and problems have solutions.
Yeah, they do.
So even if it is a problem, it's okay. We can solve it.
Yeah, together. Excellent. All right, so you guys, that's it for this week. Hopefully you enjoyed this fun episode. This was kind of nice.
This was. We thought we wouldn't have enough to talk about, and then we wouldn't shut up.
Yeah, I had dedication. And that was it.
Blinking.
Okay.
Blank screen.
And from all of that, we have this. So
you got
this is awesome.
I hope everybody really internalizes the idea that your body belongs to you. So shut up anybody who's trying to tell you different.
Amen to that, friends. And, do the stuff that you like. Do the stuff that you love. Do the things you're passionate about. Life is short. It's this or nothing, you guys. So, enjoy yourselves. And until next time, guys, we'll see you next Wednesday. Peace.
Before we go, we must give thanks to Urban Nerd for providing our music, and legal services were handled by Trezanae M. Atkins. If you like what you heard, please feel free to join us every Wednesday for another fake-ass book club. Cheers.
Thank you guys for listening. You can check us out at thefabpodcast.com. Please subscribe, rate, and review our podcast wherever you're listening right now. We want to hear from you. Come put it in our life. Thanks again, and until next time, peace, love, and the Fake Ass Book Club. We out.